The justices that I'm going to appoint will be pro-life. They will have a conservative bent. They will be protecting the Second Amendment. They are great scholars in all cases, and they're people of tremendous respect. They will interpret the Constitution the way the founders wanted it interpreted.
Is he actually
and
sounding
I believe that's very,
civil?
very important. I don't
Crap.
think we should have justices appointed that decide what they want to hear. It's all about the Constitution and so important, the Constitution the way it was meant to be. And those are the people that I will appoint.
Mr. Trump, thank you. We now
Somebody
have about 10 minutes
give
for
him
the
a
discussion.
script,
I want to
right?
focus on two issues that, in fact, by
Oh
the
my
justices
gosh.
that you name, could end up changing the existing law of the land. First is one that you mentioned, Mr. Trump, and that is guns. Secretary Clinton, you said last year, let me quote,
This
the
is going to be
Supreme Court is
interesting, you
wrong
guys, because I
on the
swear
Second
he actually
Amendment.
read
Now,
the cue
in
cards.
fact, in the 2008 Heller case,
This isn't
the
like a
court
feud.
ruled that there is a constitutional right to bear arms, but a right that is reasonably limited. Those were the words of the judge, Antonin Scalia, who wrote the decision. What's wrong with that?
Well, first of all, I support the Second Amendment. I lived in Arkansas for 18 wonderful years. I represented upstate New York. I understand and respect the tradition of gun ownership. It goes back to the founding of our country. But I also believe that there can be and must be reasonable regulation. Because I support the Second Amendment doesn't mean that I want people who shouldn't have guns to be able to threaten you, kill you or members of your family. And so when I think about what we need to do, we have 33,000 people a year who die from guns. I think we need comprehensive background checks. We need to close the online loophole, close the gun show loophole. There's other matters that I think are sensible, that are the kind of reforms that would make a difference.
This is so
that are
weird.
not in any way conflicting with the Second Amendment. You mentioned the Heller decision,
not
and what I was
like
saying that you referenced, Chris,
pushing in her
was that I
face,
disagreed
like-
with the way the court applied the Second Amendment in that case, because what the District of Columbia was trying to do was to protect toddlers from guns. And so they wanted people with guns to safely store them. And the court didn't accept that reasonable regulation, but they've accepted many others. So I see no conflict between saving people's lives and defending the Second Amendment.
Let me bring Mr. Trump in here. The bipartisan open
Wow, he
debate
waited
coalition
his turn.
got
I
billions
swear,
of
I
votes
can
on
literally
questions
stop
to
the
ask
reaction
here.
right here. I'm gonna actually
Well,
stop the
this is, in
reaction,
fact, one of the top
and
questions
I will come
that
back. I'm
got.
gonna
How
try
will
to
you
record the
ensure
remainder
the
of this
Second
to
Amendment
see
is
if this is gonna
protected? You
stick.
just
I'll be
heard
right
Secretary
back.
Clinton's
This is
answer.
actually.
Does she
This
persuade
is very
you
good.
that you may disagree
It's
on
just,
regulation?
I'm
that
in
fact
shock.
you support
I can't
the
believe
Second
I'm
Amendment
watching
right to
this.
bear arms?
Well, the
Anyway.
DC versus